Most people think you need lots of equipment to make tiny notebooks. You just need a piece of this to make a cute little book like this. Obviously, I've put a cover on it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, all the folds, all the cuts. Let's get going.
So you need your piece of paper. Mine's A4, but letter size works just the same, and this is ordinary copier paper. Now you'll see that you can use a thicker paper. I've sometimes used a watercolour paper, but all you need is a piece of ordinary copier paper. So fold it in half lengthways and just be as precise as you can be. You want to be nice and accurate and make it a good crease. Now you can see I'm using a little boning tool, plastic one. You could use the back of a ruler, you could just use your fingernail. It really doesn't matter. And then fold it again lengthways. Again, you'll see I'm taking care and getting a good crease on there. And then open it back up. See if we can get it open. And you'll see you've folded it that way. And then you're going to fold it in half the other way. Again, be nice and careful. I mean, the crucial thing with these is really just be nice and careful with your folds. Try and get a good fold in the right place, and it just makes it really easy. So you're going to fold again. Now, just make sure you hold the paper together. So again, you're getting that accurate fold. But as you can see, there's nothing really complicated here. You've just split your paper up into, let's open it up, 16 rectangles. Okay, and now we're going to get our scissors and we're going to cut exactly where I'm showing you, but we're only cutting along 3 of those rectangles. Okay, so I've done it up that fold at the right hand side, and I'm going to do the same up the fold on the left hand side and not the middle one. Okay, let's be clear, I've gone the right hand side and the left hand side, not the middle one. And then turn the whole page round and cut the middle one the opposite way. Again, just the 3 rectangles. And this is going to allow you to fold it correctly. So there you go, it should look like that. And then you're just going to start at one end and fold. And you're folding alternate ways. So you fold to the front, to the back, 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 and so on. And keep going and make sure you go front, back, front, back, front, back, and it will end up right. And you can see how it looks, and you can see that I've got that side that opens up the same on both sides. Okay, see what I mean if I can open it. You've got that one sheet that opens on both sides and then all those pages in the middle, and you've basically got a little notebook. And you could just stick along that edge with a piece of tape and that would act as a spine, but that's quite dull. So the best thing to do is to get a piece of pretty paper, any paper you like, and so long as it's big enough to wrap round your little notebook, it's big enough. So I'm just going to do it where I'm just going to mark that top and I'm going to fold the top in. So I haven't done any fancy measuring. I haven't told you what size piece of paper because it doesn't matter. Just get a piece that's big enough and then fold that top over. And you really just want this about the same top and bottom. You don't want it to look out of proportion, but about the same top and bottom. So you can see I can put my little notebook back on, and I don't want it right on that top edge. I just want a little gap so that it's slightly bigger than my pages. And then I'll fold up from the bottom and just mark it at the bottom. Again, I'm going to put my ruler on and fold up my ruler. I haven't done lots of measuring. It's not super precise. It makes it a great craft for everybody. It's great to do with children as well as adults. And then let's go along there. So now I've got a cover and it wraps around my little notebook and looks lovely. And then how much you want to wrap round to stick inside the front cover and the back cover is entirely up to you. You see I just squeezed it to mark where the middle is. And then you can position your notebook and just mark where you need to fold it. just by folding it over. Okay, just fold that over. Now later on in this video I'm going to show you different ways you can fasten these up, because you can just leave it as it is or you can fasten it up. So again, I'm just making sure that's a good crease. And you can see mine's overlapping quite a long way, but you could just have a small overlap, is what I was trying to say. You can see how that's going to stick in there. And so position it and then fold this side so you know where to fold it. Okay, and if it's in the way, just take your little book out again and get a good fold on this side. And you can see you're just lining it up so it sits inside the main cover. Let's get a good fold on there. Now I'm just going to put the little notebook in and check everything's okay. Yep, it's looking good. It's looking nice. All works. And then I'm just going to glue it in. Now I'm just using an ordinary paper glue stick. You can use any glue you've got. Okay, you don't need something super strong or super exciting. You're just sticking paper to paper. So I've done it with a glue stick to show you that it does work. And then place your little notebook in, your pages, and stick that down. And just apply some pressure. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with the back cover of this notebook. So if you're enjoying this video, could you give it a thumbs up so it spreads to more people, please? I do think they're really cute little notebooks, which are so easy to make. Nothing complicated here. And at the end, I'm also going to give you the opportunity to see some notebooks that you can buy, ready printed, that you can make up from one page, which is another way of doing this. Okay, so I'm just squeezing that, and I'll probably leave it to dry, maybe even put a book on top of it so it sticks nice and flat. So let's look at these other notebooks. There's just another one done in the same way. You see it's just the same. And here's one I've made out of watercolour paper, and I've fastened it by getting a little bit of elastic and putting some beads on it and tying it into a loop. But you can see the paper's a little bit thicker, so that would be great as a little art journal if you want to go and draw little pictures or paint little pictures while I'm out and about. So you can see I could just hold that with that, or just put a hairband on it. A little hairband works really well to hold these closed too. So another way you can hold these closed is by making them with a ribbon to fasten. So all I've done is cut an extra rectangle of paper to go in the front and an extra rectangle of paper to go in the back. And then you need to glue a piece of ribbon in both sides. So the piece of paper we're adding in is just going to hide it. Now because we're gluing the ribbon, I've decided to use tacky glue. You'll see me wrestling with the tacky glue because I always have trouble with the nozzle blocking up when you leave it. Now if anyone could tell me in the comments below how to stop that happening if you use tacky glue, I'd love to hear it. But when I've finished wrestling with it, I'm just going to run tacky glue all over the piece of paper that I'm going to stick in. And I'm going to stick my ribbon in the centre of the cover. And I haven't cut them down to length or anything, I've just got a decent length of ribbon. You could decide how long you want it, but I decided I'd got these pieces, I would just use them. I keep a lot of bits and pieces of ribbon and they're great for projects like this. So you can see it didn't have to be exact, it's not as big as the inside of the cover, but it's covering most of it, and that ribbon is just trapped in there. And as I say, because it's tacky glue, it will stick really well. A multi-purpose glue would do really well here too. But you could try it with a Pritt stick or glue stick, whichever brand you use, and it would probably work, to be honest. Now when it's dried, you can tie up your ribbons and work out how long you want them. And it's really common to cut your ribbons at an angle. They look really good and it stops them fraying. So let's just put that through there, and you can see it looks really nice when you've got a little tie on the end. You could even use twine for this, but I think ribbon sticks better because you've got more area to glue it. And you can see I'm just going to cut them at an angle, and I love that. I love a little tied notebook like that. I promised I'd show you at the end some little notebooks that you can get from my Etsy store that are printable, that you download and make with one page. So I hope you'll enjoy those and go and have a look at those. There's a link in the description below and on the screen. Whichever notebooks you're making, enjoy yourself.